colors your eyes have never seen, colors nature doesn't create, colors your brain refuses to show you. Magenta, Stygian blue, hues that break every rule of vision. But they're more than just curiosities. They're mirrors, quiet clues about how your mind edits reality. What it hides, what it invents, and what it fears you might uncover if you ever looked behind the lens. Magenta shouldn't exist. Not in physics, not in the spectrum of light. There is no magenta wavelength. Nature never made it. When your brain sees red and blue without the green in between, it fills the gap with something imaginary, a compromise, a creation, a color born from absence. Magenta is a phantom hue, a reminder that what you see is never just what's there. It's what your mind paints to make sense of what you're missing. Beyond magenta lie the forbidden colors, hues that contradict the rules of perception. Reddish-green, yellowish-blue, self-luminous red, and Stygian blue, a blue darker than black. These colors shouldn't exist because your brain uses opponent processes. Red cancels green, yellow cancels blue, light cancels dark. You're not meant to see both sides of the contradiction at once. And yet, under rare conditions, you can. You might wonder, how did anyone ever see these colors? In the 1980s, scientists Crane and Pimpinata did something the brain never expects. They stabilize an image so it stopped moving on the retina. When your eyes can't refresh a picture, the brain overrides its own rules. It tries to fill in the void. It abandons its boundaries. And suddenly, impossible colors appear. Not a blend or blur, but entirely new hues the world itself has never produced. Colors that exist only when the brain loses control of its normal limits. Stygian blue is the strangest of them all, a color with hue, but no brightness, a blue so dark it sinks beneath black. Its name comes from the River Styx, the boundary between worlds, a dark glassy water that separated the living from the dead. In myth, every soul crossed it, some willingly, some resisting, some transformed by its own depths. Even the gods fear the Styx. To swear upon its waters was the most sacred oath. Break it, and a god would lose their voice for years and their divinity for 9 more. The Styx marks a threshold, a place you cross when you're ready to meet the truth on the other side. Stygian blue symbolizes that crossing, a hue that behaves like a shadow with memory, a color that exists only at the edge between perception and oblivion. Color isn't a property of light, it's a property of the mind. Your brain is not a camera, it's an interpreter, a negotiator, a storyteller. It fills gaps, hides contradictions, edits reality into something survivable. You never see the world as it is, only as your mind allows. Just as it invents magenta, forbids impossible hues, and conceals the threshold of Stygian blue. Here's the hidden mirror. Your emotions work the same way. There are forbidden emotions, impossible blends your mind doesn't want you to feel clearly. Love mixed with fear, longing wrapped in self-protection, vulnerability fused with pride, desire chained to hesitation, safety tangled with suspicion. We avoid these contradictions, but we're also drawn to them. They pull us in, the same way forbidden colors pull at the edges of perception. Psychology calls this ambivalent attraction, the magnetic pool of feelings we can't entirely hold, yet we can't walk away from. These emotional states are the Stygian blues of the heart, colored but without light, present but hard to face, real but rarely examined. But if your brain can invent a color, if it can hide impossible hues, if it can redraw the boundaries of perception when pushed, what else is it capable of? We grow up believing reality is fixed, that our patterns are permanent, that our identity is a closed loop, that we are who we are because that's just how it is. But the mind is not a prison, it's a door. Every impossible color is proof that your perception can go further than you think, that your emotional palette can widen, that your identity can evolve, that your limits are not absolutes, they're habits of interpretation. You are more expansive than your boundaries suggest, and every time you question what you see, you unlock a deeper version of who you could become. So here's the real question. If your eyes can be convinced to see colors that shouldn't exist, what else in your life might be real only because you learned to see it that way? And what truths remain invisible, not because they aren't real, but because your mind refuses to show them? There are colors you're not allowed to see, and emotions you're not ready to face. Both are mirrors, both reveal you.